Look,
Wow.
the whole New York landscape is a mess.
Seems like this has become just endless drama year in, year out with Rodgers.
And now we're talking about Malik Nabers. This is why Bill Walsh said 40 years ago, the last position on your team you fix is the wide receiver. I want my numbers. I want to win Rookie of the Year. It's all I. Jets head coach Jeff Albright, no discussions about shutting down Aaron Rodgers. He denied a recent report and confirmed that the quarterback will start on Sunday against Seattle. Is this news or noise, Will?
I guess it's noise because I didn't expect Rodgers to be shut down at least yet. What are they sitting on? 8 losses. So I guess you could, until they get like 9, 10 losses, and then they're completely like mathematically eliminated. Why wouldn't he play? Look, anything to keep Aaron Rodgers in the news, I guess, is a good thing. And I'm sure we'll get a whole another offseason of will he play, will he not play? Seems like this has become just endless drama year in, year out with Rodgers. So I can't take it. Any Rodgers headline, whether he was going to play last year, whether he was going to come back from the ACL, just always something with him. And it hasn't led to anything on the field. So I don't know. Is this relevant to you?
No, it's noise. It's completely noise. Why would they bench him? I mean, who are they going to go to? What are they? It's basically you put a for sale sign on your franchise when you bench him. You're saying they're closing up shop for the year. I think the other news story that was involved the Jets is when Joe Douglas, the former general manager, was on the practice field talking to Albright, and they saw a helicopter landing, and Douglas said, this is according to Jay Glazer at Fox, and Douglas says to Albright, he says, well, if they're going to fire me, it's been great to serve with you. And literally Woody flew in to fire him. So that was what was going on. Look, The whole New York landscape is a mess. The whole New York landscape football is a mess. We've got Brian DaBoll here. He's going to react to what Malik Nabers said in his post-game rant. Here we go. Elliot, roll the tape.
Yeah, Leak and I talked last night. We talked this morning. He's a very competitive individual. Again, you want to get the ball in his hands, and I got to do a better job of getting the ball in his hands early. And you know, he's a smart young guy that's very competitive, Pat. And again, when you lose like that, it's a frustrating thing. But we've had good communication, as we always have.
How are we talking about Malik Nabers when the team stinks? This is what happens when you draft a receiver and your team stinks, because they want all the attention. I mean, they started the second half, Will, trying to throw the ball to Nabers. They're down 23-0. You know, of course, the quarterback almost got killed, and the guy averages 10 yards a catch. He's a great player, but they have so many other problems. They can't pass protect. And now we're talking about Malik Nabers. This is why Bill Walsh said 40 years ago, the last position on your team you fix is the wide receiver. And this is evidence day one. Your thoughts?
Yeah, and Parcells was a big believer, and you build a team from the inside out, from the lines out, and this is another example of it. But did you watch the offseason Hard Knocks? Because I remember when they were about to draft Nabers in the pre-draft process, there was like a similar conversation between DaBoll and Nabers where he's talking about him, and he's like, hey, you don't like to lose, too. You're sort of hinting at there was, I think, a time in college where Nabers kind of threw a fit when they were losing. And DaBoll's like, it's all right. If you don't handle losing well, that's fine, because I don't handle losing well either. So I don't know. That interaction kind of reminded me of this. That brought that to my mind.
Yeah, but here's the problem with that. I mean, if Nabers would have had 10 catches for 120 yards and they lost, he still would have been happy. See, that's the problem. I want my numbers. I want to win Rookie of the Year. It's all I. And they can't block anybody. I mean, did you watch Evan Neal try to play right tackle for them the other day? Oh, my gosh. I mean, it's unbelievable. And look, I think Nabers will be good. They don't have a quarterback to get them the football. I mean, even Nabers said this isn't on the quarterback, which put it on DaBoll. I think DaBoll, look at the numbers. I mean, ever since he took over as the play caller, have they been any good offensively? I mean, it takes them 14 plays to go 20 yards.
And is this just, hey, this last 6 weeks or so, this is all about getting Shedeur Sanders? Is that the goal here? Is that the unspoken agreement?
I mean, I watched Shedeur Sanders last week. Does the guy throw anything but bubbles and 9 routes? Yeah. I mean, are you sure he's the first pick overall in the draft? Are we sure he's great? I don't know. I mean, I'm asking the question. I don't know, but every time I turn around, he's throwing the ball sideways.
If not him, then who then?
I don't know. I mean, I think Cam Ward's obviously going to throw it up the field. All right, let's go. Kevin O'Connell says he's a big fan of Daniel Jones. He told reporters on Monday, I really can't get into it too much about any short-term or long-term. I can just say I've been a big fan of Daniels for a long time, and I hope whatever his next steps take him, it's a good opportunity for him. Is this news or noise that the Vikings, with J.J. McCarthy and his knee injury, with Sam Darnold on a one-year contract, that they're interested in bringing Daniel Jones in to replace the great Nick Mullins?
I think it's news. I actually thought about the Vikings for a landing spot for Jones. He'd be good as a backup. Look, he's not a good starter, but he can come in. Look, what do you want out of a backup? You want, if he has to play 2 or 3 games, can he go 1-1? Can he go 2-1? Can he function? Jones on the Vikings with Addison, with Jefferson, with their run game, he could function. He could be okay. So I actually think he's an upgrade over Mullins. I actually think this is a good landing spot for him.
Yeah, I think if I'm Daniel Jones, I'm going to the coach. I'm not going to the depth chart. I'm going to go to the coach. I'm going to go to Kevin O'Connell. I'm going to go to Kyle Shanahan. I'll go to Sean McVay if he wants me. I'm going to go to a coach who can help me. Because I think what's been proven over time is Baker Mayfield's gone to the right guy. And I think Liam Cohen's done a much better job than Dave Canales did down in Tampa. You can just see their offense is really lighting it up. They're good. And I think when you look at what's been able to accomplish in some of these teams that have really good quarterbacks, I mean, look at Sean Payton, Bo Nix. If Bo Nix would have gone to the Raiders, you think he would be having this year? Of course not. It would have been a disaster because there's nowhere to develop them or the team around them. So I'm with you. If I'm Daniel Jones, I'm going to listen to the Kevin O'Connells and the Kyle Shanahans and the Sean McVays and go to a program like that. So, well, listen.
Any idea where he ultimately lands?
I think he'll go to Minnesota. I think it's Minnesota. I think Kevin O'Connell's saying that. I don't know if San Francisco's interested, but I think it's Minnesota. And look, we don't know how bad J.J. McCarthy's. He had to go in for a second procedure, and Darnold's a free agent. So the ball's in the air there. So I think, to me, that's something that to be considered.
Thanks for watching, but don't let the betting insights end here. If you want an extra edge this football season, you can get a month of VSiN Pro right now absolutely free. That means access to our betting insights, analysis, and tools like our betting splits at 0 cost to you. Click the link in the description to sign up.